Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. It's yours truly, Evan. So, in today's video, I want to talk about sports, more specifically the NFL. Since yesterday, the NFL posted about this. Where does the 2020 quarterback class rank among the best of all times? Now, a lot of these people in Twitter use this as an opportunity to rank these QBs in the picture right here and rank them from worst to best. So I'm going to be doing the same. So in today's video, we are going to be ranking the top 5 QBs that were drafted in the 2020 NFL draft and see which one is the best and is, well, subsequently the worst. Now, disclaimer, a lot of people probably have the same placement of these QBs, just like mine. So it could be that I am not the original, considering the fact I may be copying someone and maybe a lot of them look the same. So keep that in mind that my rankings are not original and some of them are probably the same as mine. But I want to do this video because I want to give you my reasonings why that these QBs deserve to be placed in these positions. So let's start with the number one best QB of this NFL draft is obviously Jalen Hurts. The reason I put, and probably a lot of us put Jalen Hurts number one, is what he has done to the Philadelphia Eagles. Ever since they put Jalen Hurts in the quarterback position, he has been a game changer. Okay, he has put the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs every season he has started. Reached 2 NFC championships, won both of them, and also made it to 2 Super Bowls, and recently won with the Philadelphia Eagles at Super Bowl 59. We can all safely say that Jalen Hurts deserves to be in the number one position for the best QB drafted in this 2020 NFL draft for what he has done for this franchise alone. And honestly, he probably will do more successful things for maybe, I don't think next season with a lot of the loss in the defense, but he's a good QB and probably the best one. Second is honestly kind of a battle between Joe Burrow and Jordan Love, since both of them takes a lot of time to even grow as a quarterback, but in the end they are really good. But I want to put my 2 cents here and say that Joe Burrow is second in this quarterback rank of the 2020 NFL draft, mainly due to the fact that what this man has done in a very short time span. He has changed the Cincinnati Bengals from like a poverty to a locale into like one of the most hyped teams in the NFL, which is something that is, for me, impressive, because the Bengals haven't made it to like the Super Bowl at that time in over 33 years. And this man, after recovering from an injury that he suffered in his rookie season, instantly gets his team to the playoffs, okay, and reached them to their first AFC championship and won against Patrick Mahomes and won the AFC championship for the first time. And in fact, also reached to Super Bowl 56. I know they lost, but that is still impressive and something that kind of changed the trajectory of this franchise, because they now have a hope that they have a future QB that they could lean on. And to prove his worth, he also made it to the AFC championship the next year. And while they lost, it is still a good effort, the fact that they even made to back-to-back AFC championship. That's like something a franchise honestly dream of. And yes, I know he hasn't made it to the playoffs for like 2 seasons running, maybe due to injuries and also all those stuffs. But he's a good QB for changing the trajectory of this franchise. And I think he deserves to be second for that alone. And honestly, if he has the weapons and also defense and all of it supporting him, he maybe could reach another AFC championship and maybe somehow, some way, somehow bring a Super Bowl to the state of Cincinnati, Ohio. I know probably Jordan Love deserves to be second for like what he has done, which is something that is honestly impressive for him, considering the fact that he has been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for like his first, say, like 3 seasons from 2020, 21, and then 22. He has been sitting behind him We don't know, is he good or not? But since Aaron Rodgers is gone, he can finally show his potential. And he showed it at the best time possible with him leaving. He bring the Packers to the playoffs, even like made it to the divisional round until they lost against the 49ers, and even bring them again to the playoffs back to back, which is honestly impressive considering the fact that this man has been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for like his first 3 seasons, and we have so many doubts that is he good or is he not? Like, there's doubts because he doesn't play that much. I mean, he plays a little bit, but not much. Now it's still his second season actually starting, so maybe his third season, he could maybe with the weapons at his disposal, he could be maybe a threat. Maybe he would win the NFC North this season. Who knows? And maybe somehow make the Packers reach the NFC Championship for the first time since the 2020 season. That is just a guessing. I'm not a predictor. And in fact, I do not that great at predicting. Number 4 in the ranking will be Justin Herbert. Now, I think Justin Herbert hasn't reached his full potential yet in San Diego because his squad doesn't particularly support him a lot. Honestly, he has been struggling a lot. For example, his blowout loss in the wildcard round at the 2022 season, and also this season when he lost against the Texans. He has not that much good a weapon like Quentin Johnson. That man is he just cannot catch a ball to save his life. I think he's a good QB, or like okay, like not as good as like the other 3, but like he's good. Maybe he just needs to move to another team to fulfill his potential, because the Chargers isn't a good place for him to fulfill him. All right, which is quite ironic considering the fact how the Chargers treat QBs. Like, one, they used to draft a QB that was the future of the franchise, but was a bust because of his attitude. Drafted another QB, but the QB itself does not want to play for the team. Drafts another QB, have to sit like behind, have to sit like as a substitute or like as a backup, and moves to the other team, and then wins the Super Bowl with that said other team. Has honestly a franchise QB for a long time. Doesn't particularly do good with that QB and just trade him. And now we got Justin Herbert here, who's like he's good but doesn't show much of his potential. Like, honestly, Chargers and QB does not mix well. And finally, number 5, unfortunately, is Tua Tagovailoa. Now, in his defense, he has struggled a lot with specifically concussion. I mean, heck, I've watched 2 of his games where he got concussed. One is the Thursday Night Football game against the Cincinnati Bengals in 2022, and also recently last season where another Thursday Night Football game, oddly enough, against the Bills. He has struggled a lot as a QB since he was drafted, and I understand that maybe the circumstances doesn't particularly support him, but he doesn't particularly is that franchise QB that the Dolphins needed. There's a lot of circumstances that doesn't support Tua Tagovailoa, like him blowing the Dolphins' chances to make the playoffs at 2020, when they should have just put Ryan Fitzgerald, like the last games against the Bills. Him getting concussed in 2022. Also playing well in 2023, but got blown out by the Kansas City Chiefs. And of course, this season, which, to be honest, I don't know what is going on that season for the Dolphins. They were just looking awful, honestly. So yeah, Tua Tagovailoa is the worst one in this ranking. I think he's a good guy. He's just like very unlucky with some circumstances that is beyond his control. But I do say that he's not particularly much that good. I mean, he has Tyreek Hill and also Odell Beckham Jr. So I mean, Tyreek Hill and Odell Beckham Jr. And somehow he does not doesn't put his full potential with these 2 wide receivers that are very good. I mean, I know Odell is like washed and Tyreek Hill is also kind of washed a little bit. But like, these 2 are good. Why didn't you take the chance to improve the squad, get the squad to maybe above 500 or a slightly above 500 record? It does not make any sense at the amount of talent he has. So yeah, I'm sorry, Tua. You're 5th in this ranking. So yeah, that is my ranking of the NFL QBs that were drafted in 2020 NFL Draft. Like I said, it's not original, but there's some reasoning why I want to put this, because I think the reasoning for maybe all of us putting all of these in the ranking probably makes sense why. So I want to give you my 2 cents. Also, thank you for watching this video. It's very different from my type of content because I like to talk about Genshin and stuff, but I like talking about sports. So hope you guys enjoy it. Like and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.